G'day guys, so today we're going to be installing the Traxxas light bar accessory for the Traxxas Maxx. So here's a little accessory here. So we'll just run you through the install and what's included in the pack, and hopefully we can get it working without too much dramas, and yeah, show you what it's all about. Okay, so knife, get her open up. Comes in a nicely, neatly packed box, which is pretty decent. Instruction or fitting instruction manual, by the looks of that. And included in the pack we have obviously the high voltage controller, brand new front and rear bars, and obviously the lights inserts into the bars. Try and get that out of there, it's nice and tight. Nice little felt. It's actually quite well presented, really. Like, you can see where your money's going. You can actually buy these bars separately too, and I don't know, I'm not sure about the light fittings, but you can definitely buy the bars separately. I have some spare ones already here in case I break them. So that is the rear light bar. It's got two plugs on it. I'm assuming one is for brake lights and one is for reverse lights, and maybe just like a parking light. I'm sure we'll find out when we hook it up. This one here is obviously the front bar with the front LED light bar in it. Single connection circuit for that one with a 3-wire connector for high and low beams. The high voltage controller, which we mount obviously inside the truck and plug into the ESC for control. You can actually control this unit from the controller's Bluetooth module, which we'll be doing also once we get it all hooked up. And just a little bit of fitting hardware here. We have some cable ties and 2 screws to mount the high voltage controller to the truck. Anyway, let's get started. Okay guys, let's get started. So obviously start by removing the body. This one's nice and tight because it's brand new. Get that out of the way for now. First thing on the instructions is to remove the access cover on the ESC to allow the high voltage controller to be plugged into the ESC. The ESC does all the controlling of the high voltage controller. A few guys running the aftermarket ESCs will probably find that they won't be able to use their lighting kit unless they can work out a way around it. You definitely won't be able to use it from the Traxxas app, because you won't have a Traxxas app functional without the Traxxas ESC. Anyway, we'll pull the access panel out without destroying it, hopefully. Nice and tight. So that allows access into the ESC to plug our controller into. Next thing is we'll mount up the high voltage controller. Sorry, just move a bit closer to the camera. I'm dropping dirt all over our table. Haven't cleaned it properly since the last run. Anyway, so the high voltage controller just mounts up here between the motor and the battery pack there. There's 2 pre-molded standoffs, I guess, so you can screw it up. Obviously they've allowed for it in the original releases of these cars had these from standard, and then they've made it the option to buy them. Obviously to make money, as companies do. Rightio, so we'll just grab a little Allen key here and hopefully got the right size Allen key. And we'll screw him down. Apologise for the lighting in this room, it's not the best. Move around my tools. Get them both started there. No need to go super tight, just nice and firm. Otherwise you'll just tear the thread out of the plastic. There we go, controller in. Okay, so we've gone that step. So now we plug in the pin connector into the ESC. And just push that in till it clicks in. And now we'll remove the front and rear bars. Allen key again. So you've just got 2 screws in the front bar there. That's all that holds them on. Surprisingly, they're very, very tough considering there's not a lot holding them on there. The saying goes, Traxxas is tough. And this bar's had a good few hits within the short amount of time of its life. Screw out, get rid of that one, and we'll grab the front bar. Just sit it on the standoffs, just the opposite to screw the screws back in. Same thing, just nice and firm, there's no need to over tighten them, you're just going to strip the thread out of them and then you're going to have a problem. Flip the truck around. Same procedure on the rear bar. Get some better tools, this is shocking. And almost there. Put that to the side. This one's obviously got the 2 wires. One's very thin actually. Just push it through the shock towers there. Well, I'm assuming that's where it goes. We'll find out. Again, the opposite. Screw it up. Maybe I'll add a background track to this so it's not so boring. Okay. They reckon this is only a 20-minute job, so we'll see how true to that they are. Doesn't look overly complicated, but we're not there yet. Okay, let's turn the truck back around again so we can access everything properly. Next thing on their little instruction list is to, so we've done that, so we've installed the bars. Now we plug the connectors into the high voltage amplifier. So the front bar red connector, front lead bar connector, sorry, white goes into plug A. So we'll just try and run this as neat as possible. And this is going to be the tricky part because they don't give you a lot of room to get in there. What I might do is try and use the needle nose pliers. And there we go. So that's the front bar. Right, play the red and high voltage connectors, red port. So the rear bar is C and D. So the red goes into C and blue into D. So they've actually got a little colour strip on the wire there. I don't know if you can see that to identify them. So it was blue into D. Plug her in the right way. And red into C. I'm assuming if you get this back to front, guys, you'll just end up with lights coming on at the wrong end of the truck. Don't think it actually would do any damage, but it would just be incorrect lighting. And just tuck that down there. Now that's all connected. We'll just add some cable ties. So they give you a little diagram here of where they want you to put the cable ties. So what we'll do now, we'll just we'll stop the video, we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll restart the video when we get it powered up and show you guys. Okay guys, we've got the wiring all cable tied in. I made some slight adjustments to where they told me to cable tie it on the drawing there, because I thought I could route it a bit better. Sorry. Yeah, so I've got it all plugged in. So now I'll put a battery in the unit and we'll just fire him up and see how we go. So turn the ESC on, power it up. It's got a mode select button on top of the high voltage controller here. You press it once and that's giving us front low beam, rear parking lights. If it's by the car, we've got brake lights and reverse lights. Press the mode button again, you have high beam on the front. Press it again, it turns it off. Now going to my Traxxas application using the available Bluetooth module there in the back of the controller. I should theoretically be able to control the lights off the application once I can find where I've left it on my phone. There it is there. So going into the dashboard, pressing the lighting button brings up the lighting switches. So pressing button 1 should give me low beam. Button 2 is giving me high beam. And that's all I can seem to control from the application there. The rear lights seem to stay off using the app, so I don't know if someone wants to comment if I'm doing something wrong, but I can't actually control the rear lights off the application. I can only control them by pressing the manual local control button on the controller there. Yeah, it all seems to work pretty well. They're very, very bright. They seem very good quality, and yeah, we'll take it for a run over the next few days and get some footage with the lights on. Anyway, that's about all I have for you guys today, so yeah, peace out.